this is very nice, and I learned from here ChatGPT and AI from online. Vikas is teaching for me for AI generative and ChatGPT. We are using this technology in more. And after finishing the courses, I came from for collecting the certificate. I seeing the classrooms and faculties. Classroom is very nice. After the completion of exam, they will give gift and certificates. Thank you XLR for giving these courses. I learned lot of from this. I gained the more knowledge from here, and thank you for
Hi, I am Karthik Rannan. I am the president of the Wall Street Club of BITS Pilani Hyderabad campus. Yes, so the collaboration with XLR was an excellent one. We conducted a Power BI workshop with Advanced Excel over a span of 3 days. The workshop was almost 12 hours long in total. Mr. Karthik, who was an amazing trainer, helped the students understand the concepts deeply. I am sure that the students will be able to apply these concepts in their careers as well as their daily lives while they try to navigate the world of finance. I am happy that we will be able to close this workshop successfully on a very good note.
Hi, I am Raghunendra Singh and I am the Technical Director of the Wall Street Club at BITS Pilani Hyderabad campus. It was a great amazing conducting this workshop with XLR. The trainer, Mr. Karthik, was an excellent person where he explained in very detailed manner on how to give great insights using very complex data sets, which was very helpful for the people who are interested in the field of finance, business or analytics in general. Thank you.
Great experience attending the workshop.
The trainer was very helpful. He had a hands-on approach with his teaching and it was fabulous.
This was a great experience for me. So I would absolutely love it if XLR and its team would come again to our campus and conduct more events like this.
The journey was great. Initially, I thought that I was not proficient enough in Excel, but later I came to know there was no prerequisites for it, and then I applied for it, and it was a great course, and it started from basics and took me to a great extent.
Good evening, myself Kavya Ganatra. I am from Computer Science Association. I was the POC for this ML workshop conducted by CSI and ACM in collaboration with XLR. The experience of the workshop was really nice. The feedback from all the students was positive. They understood the concept. The workshop was also practical based with some questions. The experience with XLR was very smooth. They helped us in conducting the workshop smoothly right from the booking of the vendor and deciding the course till the distribution of certificates. In overall, this workshop was a success during our Technical Fest Atmos, and I thank XLR for being a part of it. Thank you.
was very much interested in learning digital marketing course for a very long period of time, but I don't get a proper platform. So later for my college, I get to know about XLR and I enrolled in XLR course. It was really good experience. Our course has been taken by Mayur sir, and he was very good teacher. He not only focusing on theory part, he's doing how real digital marketing works, and it was in total very good experience. I get so much of knowledge. Here they're not only focusing on study, they are also conducting different exam to test our knowledge, and as we are giving the exam, so to appreciate our work, they give certificates for the toppers, and along with the certificate they give hampers. Thank you, XLR.
Recently, I was searching for digital marketing courses online in Google, and I came across XLR, and I attended a digital marketing course which was for 15 days. My mentor Mayur helped me for attending these classes. So he is a very informative and helpful guy. In the course end, there is a exam which I topped. So I came to the XLR office in Bengaluru. This digital marketing course has helped my career and my skills to develop, and the certificate has helped my company to join. Thank you, XLR.
I came to know about this course from my college. Actually, for learning platform, this is very nice, and I learned from here ChatGPT and AI from online. Because he's teaching for me for AI generative and ChatGPT. We are using this technology in more. And after finishing the courses, I came from for collecting the certificate. I seeing the classrooms and faculties. Classroom is very nice. After the completion of exam, they will give gift.
Couple of the responses. Okay, let me check the comments over the YouTube as well. Okay, good. So on this note, we'll start for the day. So yes, Surya, you can take it forward.
Yeah, give me 2 minutes, Amar. Yep. Good morning, everyone. How are you doing today? Are you there? Can you hear me, and is my video and audio clear? Can you confirm it through chat box? Yeah, good morning. Is my audio and video clear? Can you confirm me? Yeah, okay, great. Thanks for the confirmation. Yeah, today we have, like last 2 weeks, we discussed about mostly on loops and nested loops, right? But in today's session, we are completely going to discuss oops concepts. Like this week, it's completely like methods and then oops concepts. So whenever you are stuck or didn't clear with the concept, just put it in the chat box. We'll repeat the concept. It's a very useful session. So whenever you are stuck, just stop me at that moment. Will repeat it so that you could understand further concepts. Okay, so in today's session we are completely discussing about the methods in Java. What is method, and where and how to use the method, what is the purpose of the method, and what are all the types available in Java, and how the method execution flow goes on. So we'll discuss all these points today. So today's session is mostly, I'll tell you the stories only. So hope you all like the stories so that you could relate to the programs. So first, tell you one story. Like we are having banks for depositing the money, withdrawal the money, and everything, right? But prior to the banks, like I asked my granny, like if today we are using banks, but earlier days it's we don't have banks, so how you will deposit the money, granny? I asked. So she replied that earlier they used temples, like we will be having temples, right? In and each temple will be having hundis, so that much securable. Maybe the owner may stole the can stole the money, or if he provides that money to someone for the interest, if they are not giving and if they are escaping, then it will be very problem for us because our money will go. Later, after having these many problems, they went for post office deposits. Like in those days, like maybe last decades, so they went to the post office. At that time, mostly they not many people deposited money, because at that time we don't have that much educated people, so they think that it may also stolen or it may not be secure. So some people put their money with themselves, and some put their deposit their money in the post office. So in the post office at that time, the person to take care of the activity, you can go ahead with him. Then he'll reach out to him, and then he'll take care of everything, and they'll deposit the money. Once they deposit the money, they'll provide some receipt as an acknowledgement. So one he'll provide the receipt to this person, and this person hold that receipt and comes back to the home. This is how everything happens at that time. So as the people are like, it's a very traditional method at that time, because like a group of people sitting in one place and then taking care of these activities, and hardly they didn't have like 2 to 3 customers only, like 2 to 8 customers only. So later, like as it is a traditional method, some developers, some business analysts thinks that it will be better something which is very securable to deposit the money, to maintain the money. So later the bank came into the picture. Yeah, later the bank came into the picture. We all like almost all of the people are aware of how the banks work. For example, now everything is handy, like we are having apps, we are doing everything, transfers, taking the loans and depositing everything. Sorry, depositing, we have to go to the ATMs or to the banks. So everything we are doing within the app only. So consider like we didn't have apps. Like assume we didn't have apps, so we need to visit to the bank for the activity what we want to do. Let's consider this as the bank. You can take any bank. So in bank, what are all the modules we'll be having? Like what are all the counters we'll be having? Consider this is the entry point. If the user comes up, he can come using this door. So here we are having one counter. Counter 1 is for withdraw. Okay. And here we have counter 2 for deposit the money. And here we have one more counter for giving the loans. And here the manager will be having separate cabin. So whenever it's required to talk with him, we can go to the manager cabin, we can talk with him and we can get back. So, and there is one person who can help to fill up the forms if the people are not educated, if they didn't know how to fill the form. Like not everyone knows the English, right? So they'll take some help from this person. So, and this person can also help, like if the person is not educated, if he can't read the counter names, purpose of the counter, then he can come to this person and take his help. So, consider this person came to the bank to deposit the money. So, what he will do? He'll come to the bank, and if let's assume he's an educated person. So, like as he know the English, as he can read and understand the English, he came to the bank. This is here, and he saw everything, all the modules of the bank, and he saw like his main aim is to deposit the money. So he checked for deposit counter. So he saw this counter. He went to this counter, and there will be definitely one person to take care of this activity. So he went to that person and he asked like, hey, I want to deposit the money, could you please provide the form? So he'll provide the form to him, and he'll fill up all the details, and he'll give the amount to deposit. So this person will validate the form, and he'll take the money, and he'll do respective actions in the computer, and he'll deposit that money, and he'll also give some acknowledgement receipt. So some receipt he'll give to this person. So this person will take that acknowledgement and he'll go back. Right, this is how everything happens. So if the person is not educated person, what he'll do, he'll come and he'll take help from of this person, like I want to take personal loan, to which counter I have to route. So this person will route him to this, directs him to go to this counter, so he can go and he can do all the respective actions, and he can come out of the bank. This is how everything happening, right? Like if we are visiting the banks. So if you consider this, the traditional method and post office method and this method, here what we are doing, for each and every activity, we are segregating, like we are keeping some separate modules for each and every task. If it is withdrawal, we are separating for one module. If it is deposit use case, then we are maintaining one separate module. If it is for loans purpose, then we are maintaining one separate module. So as we are like segregating the modules, like maintaining different modules for different purposes, it's easy to read to the user. It's very user friendly, so they can go and they can perform the actions without any confusion, right? So what if the person is here, if we don't have deposit, if the same person is doing the deposit as well, what will be happen? Like if there are 100 plus customers, yeah, if like 38 are related to deposit and remaining people are for withdraw, then they have to maintain stand in the queue, and they have to wait for their end to complete the task, right? And also it will be hectic for this person to do these tasks. It will be confusion. For example, if the first person is for withdraw and the first two persons are for withdraw purpose, and the third person is for deposit, and then fifth person is for withdraw, as it is different purposes, it will be difficult to take that form from the computer, and like each and every time he has to go to the deposit form, and he have to fill all the details, and he has to do. And if the person is withdraw, he has to exit from the deposit, and he has to go to the withdraw form, and he has to do everything. So as it is for two person, like if the task is like not dedicated one, if he has to do more than one task, it will be hectic for this person, and it will be very clumsy. So it will gives confusion, right? So better to make, so as we are having that confusion, because so that they provided each task into one module with draw, deposit, loans, and manager cabin, and everything like transfers. If there are transfers, we can maintain one more counter here for transfers too. Okay, so this is how everything goes. So let's compare with this post office method. If the persons are sitting in a round and doing the task for different tasks, maybe with a draw or something with their computers. So, and here we are maintaining different modules for each and every activity. So, which will be the convenient to use for the users? What you will prefer, the post office method or the bank method? Just put it in the chat. Which is the best approach? I could hardly see two responses. What about others? Yes, it's bank method. Because why bank? Because easy to read, and it doesn't have any confusion. We can directly go and we can do the action. So relate to this our program. If our program is doing multiple tasks, for example, withdraw and then deposit and then transactions and then loans. Is my voice breaking? Is it clear? Is it clear? Can you confirm if it is? Yeah. Then Saranga, I think it's your network issue. You can change the network and you can rejoin. Yep. Thank you for the confirmation, guys. So if the program is doing multiple things in the same class or same, yeah, mostly same class. So deposit loans and everything. For example, if the person is deposit withdraw, I mean, I think we have to maintain balance like amount. So if the person is doing withdraw, we need to remove, I mean, subtract that amount from the original amount. And then if he is depositing, we have to add. And if it is transfer, we have to remove. And if it is loan, we'll add to that particular amount. So if we are doing all the operations in single class, it we can do this. Like it's like a traditional method. We can still do this. It's not. I'm not saying like we can't do this. We can do this by providing implementation for each and everything. But what will happen is if someone comes up and they'll saying like, hey, for the loans, we change the interest to something else. So as they're changing the interest or something, we need to change everything. Like if it is going from withdraw and then deposit and then transaction loans, so it will be very difficult to understand the program. If you complete this program in single class itself, if someone comes up and sees the code, they'll be very like they can understand, but it will take some extra time to understand the program. And so it will be not readable. I mean, not understandable. So it's not understandable. And moreover, if the requirement is changing, you have to modify everything, right? If requirement is changing, you have to modify everything. Is it? Yes. So instead of, as we are saying, like it's not understandable, it's not readable, and it's taking much time to understand the program and the implementation. And if the requirement is changing at any point, we need to change entire thing. So to avoid this, what we'll do is similar to this. Consider this is as a post office method because everything is grouping together. So let's implement in such a way that we'll be having each and every, like for each and every activity, we'll be maintaining one separate module. We are segregating the entire task into smaller chunks. Okay. So I'll maintain one module for withdraw. I'll take one more frame. Yep. So for that, in the same class, like consider this as the class. So in this class, I'll maintain separate modules. For withdraw, for example, I'll write here. For withdraw, I'll use one module. For deposit, I'll use other module. For loan, I'll use another. For transfer, I'll use another. So as I'm using modules wise, whenever there is a requirement, so I can directly call this module, right? I can go to this module and perform the action. And after this action, if someone comes up and hey, like if we are doing in such a way that as everything will be in module wise, it's easy to understand. And if there is a requirement change, then we can directly go to that particular module and we can change. Like if someone comes up, the withdrawal method and the implementation was completely changed in banking system, so you need to modify the implementation, then I'll just do the modification in withdraw itself. I don't want to like it there is no, it's not required to change other modules. We can just do the modifications in this module itself. If it is for deposit, we'll just modify in this. If it is loan, if it is transfer, we'll do the modification in that respective modules, right? So for this conclusion, we can say like, from this part, we can conclude like it's better to maintain the task in module wise. For example, if the thing is repeating, like we are repeatedly using something, we can put it in one module. We can use it because whenever, for example, if it is for customer one, we'll use it. If it is customer two, we can still use it, right? We no need to create another class for customer two, and we need no need to write everything in that class. We can directly call this module, right? Is it clear, everyone? Is it clear? Okay, great. So here I told you that we are maintaining the larger task into smaller task, right? Which is nothing but I use the terminology as module. But in programming, it's nothing but method. It's nothing but method. So let's see what's the method performs. Method is nothing but, for example, if it is for withdrawal method, what we will do? First, we'll check the balance of the user. If it is greater than withdraw amount, for example, if the balance is 1000, if you want to withdraw 200, what we'll check whether the amount is greater than the withdraw amount or not. Yes, it is greater. So then we'll perform some actions. He can withdraw the amount. Once he withdraw, we'll subtract that withdraw amount from the original amount, right? So the final amount available in the bank is 800. So we'll perform these actions in this withdraw. So method is nothing but it's a specific it's a module which can perform some specific amount of tasks or activities. These are nothing but statements you can consider. Okay. So and the main use of method is we can reuse it whenever it is needed. For customer one, we can use it. For customer two, for n number of customers, we can still use this method, right? So let's see. I just put whatever I'm told, I put it in this PPT. The method is nothing but collection of statements, right? Here, what is our collection of statements? We are checking the balance, whether it is greater than withdraw amount or not. If it is greater, we are subtracting and then we are updating the original amount, right? These are nothing but collection of statements only. Okay, the method in Java is collection of statement that performs some specific task and return the result to the caller. What is the specific task we are doing here in this module? What we are doing? We are withdrawal. Withdrawal is the main task, right? We are doing withdraw process using these statements. Okay, so method is nothing but it's a collection of statements will perform some specific task. Okay, like if the method, like if we maintain the module in method wise, like those specific statements in method, you can use it as many times you can, like whenever it is needed, you can use it. So there is a reusability that comes up with methods, and it will remove the confusion, and we can reuse whenever it is needed, right? Hello, ma'am. I'm doing DS in C++, so I have to study. Can you ask them? Rahman, I didn't get your point. You are doing DSC in C++, so I have to study Java for campus placement. Can you ask? I didn't get you, Rahman. Can you briefly put your message? Okay. So did you understand what is the use of method? Why we are why we need to use the method, and what are all the advantages with method compared to the traditional method? Like instead of keeping everything in one class, it's better to segregate all the modules. Every smaller chunks in modules wise, like methods wise, and as we are maintaining the methods, we can reuse whenever it is needed. Did you understand the purpose and the definition of method, and what are all the advantages? Can you acknowledge through the chat box if it is clear? Give yes or else no. Okay, great. Then we saw the method usage and the definition. I'm asking 1 minute. Rahman has one query. I'm asking her. I'm doing DSNC, so it is mandatory for interest. Rahman, if you are doing DSA, I mean, whatever the language it is, the concepts are same. The methods usage and the definition in C++ and Java will be same. The only part you have to focus is the syntax. The syntax in, like for example, the syntax for array in C is different. The syntax of array in Java is different. So you have to consider this, mainly focus on the syntax. The concept will be same, the definition and everything. So the syntax will be differ. And the C++, you if you are doing DSA in C++, that's good because only you have to do the anyway the approach will be same. You whether you choose C++ or Java, the approach will be same. You just have to remember the syntax in which language you are doing, and you can go ahead. And why to prefer Java is Java comes up with many inbuilt frameworks. So, and it's a object oriented program. So it's better to learn Java as well. Yep. Hope I cleared your query. Yep. No problem, Rahman. So, yeah, we understood the method definition and usage, right? So now let's understand the syntax. What is the syntax and how we can declare it. So the syntax of method is this one. First, we need to put the access modifier and then return type and then method name, and we can pass the parameters or no need to pass the parameters. It's up to the task. I mean, yeah, it's up to us, depends upon the task. And then we'll mention the the statement, some collection of statements here. Chaitanya, yes, if you all want to learn artificial intelligence and machine learning, you need to learn either Python or R programming language. And coming to the DSA, regardless of the field, like whether it's Java full stack or data science or Python full stack or whatever front end or back end, it's better to learn DSA because DSA is not uh, particularly for particular language. It's not particular for one language. DSA, why people prefer DSA? Like learning DSA means it will increase the problem solving skills. So as you're increasing, and it will comes up with time complexity and space complexity. For example, if you and someone attend the interview, if you are giving the approach in order of n time, if the other person is giving the approach in order of log n times, the log n time will be less compared to n. So they'll prefer that person. So DSA, it's not particular for one language. It's for you can learn it. I always ask people to learn DSA because it will improves your problem solving skills. So in most of the product based companies and Mang and Fang companies, they'll definitely have DSA rounds only. All the technical rounds will be on DSA and then system design. Yep. Okay. Hope I clear your doubt. So the syntax of the method is access modifier. We have to provide the access modifier, return type, and then method name and list of parameters. So I'll take this. Yep. So here, I think like in week 2 or week 3, they completed access modifiers, right? Can you tell me how many access modifiers in Java we have and what are all they? Can you put it in the chat? Access modifiers to restrict the access. Didn't complete. No, it's completed. I could see access modifiers are nothing but public, private. Yeah, it's Is it completed, Alekia? Okay, good. So the access modifiers, there are 4 types actually. There are 4 types of access modifiers available. This is the syntax, guys. So first we are like for each and everything, we'll discuss what are all available. So there are 4 types. One is default. If you haven't provide anything, it will take it as default access modifier. And then we have public. And then we'll be having private. And last but not least, it's protected. Okay. It will restrict the access actually. If you are not clear with the previous explanation, whoever took the session, let me know. I'll dig deep into in tomorrow's session, not today's session, because today's session is completely methods. We have a lot more to complete. Okay. So there are 4 types of access modifiers available: default, public, private, and protected. If you are not mentioning anything like public, private, protected, default, it will take default. If you are not mentioning anything, it will be taken as default. If you are providing as public throughout the package and through outside of the package also, we can access that. So it will be confusing if I say all the usage now. Hope it was covered in the previous sessions. Previous sessions. If it is not clear, put it as not clear. We'll dig deep into in tomorrow's session if you want. Just put not clear if you are not good at this. Not clear. Okay. Then we'll just for now remember there will be 4 types of access modifiers: default, public, private, and protect. In tomorrow's session, first we'll cover this access modifiers and then we'll go into the OOPS concepts. Hope that. Like in today's session, we have a lot more to complete, so that's why I say okay. So we have default, public, private, and protected. What are all the return types? Return type is nothing but what we are returning from the method. There are chances like we no need to return anything. For example, in some cases, like we are not we are we don't want to return anything. It's nothing but we are just it's nothing. It can do the actions and it will exit. That's it. It won't return anything. So so there will be a case of nothing. And if we want to return something, here you could see the return space type, return type, the type of object that we are returning. So what are all the types we have? We have in Java, we have int, we have char, we have float, double, and string, right? And array, we can return anything. For now, just there will be 2 cases. If we want to return something, we have to define the type. If we want to return integer type, we have to mention it as int. Okay. If it is for char, we have to mention it as char. If it is float, double, string, respectively. So if it doesn't want to return anything, then it will be nothing, which is nothing but void. We have one keyword, preserve keyword in Java, which means it's nothing. Void means it didn't return anything. It's nothing but it's nothing. That's it. It won't return anything. Okay. Is it clear? Access modifier, and we have 4 access modifier we discussed, and the return type. Okay. Then method name. The method name in Java, we'll maintain some naming conventions. For example, if it is class, then the first letter in that class name should be capital letter, right? If it is bank, if bank is my class name, then B should be capital. And if we want to give the class name as bank employee. As bank and employer, two different words. I won't maintain any space, but in the second word, I'll make it as capital letter. Okay. Did you know these naming conventions? Do you know? Okay, great. So similar to that, as per the method has in class name as, yeah, that will be covered in tomorrow's session, Hari. So for method name, as per the coding standards and the naming conventions, like as per the coding standards, we need to maintain the naming convention. Naming convention is nothing but if we are performing swap operation, we are needed to use swap for that method name. If we are doing sort operation, it's better to put sort as the method name. If we want to withdraw, if we are doing withdraw operation, it's better to maintain method name as withdraw, because if you put that name depends upon the activity, it will be very easy. Okay, if it is withdraw method, okay, they are doing some withdraw thing. Okay, then if it is for deposit, or we can directly see the method name and we could understand its usage. So always maintain the naming convention. Okay, and then how we will write the method name? We'll follow camel case here. Camel case. For method name, we'll be using camel case. What is camel case? Do you know why the name came? How camel looks like? I'm very bad at drawing, but I'll try. I like it will be having some hum, right? Okay, I'm very bad at drawing here. Don't judge my drawing here. I'm just trying to explain you. So it will be having hump, right? It will store some fats in this hump, right? If you see here, it's downward and then upward and then downward, right? This is how, right? So we'll for method also, we'll use the same pattern. For example, if I want to take method as withdraw demo, okay? Withdraw demo, how it should go? As it is two words. First, I have to go with a small withdraw, and then here I have second word, so it should be capital demo. If I have something else with the draw demo method, maybe method. So as the method is other word, we have to use m. This is how it goes. If you see this, small, capital, again small, and then capital, right? The camel case. That is how the name came. Did you understand what does this camel case mean and how to write the methods? The first letter of the method should be always small, and if it contains more than one word, the respective words should, each letter in the respective, each first letter in the respective word should be capital. Okay. Okay, great. So we completed access modifier and return type and method name and list of parameters. There will be cases like we we don't want to pass the parameters. If we don't want to pass the parameters, you can directly provide only the brackets without anything. If you want to provide the pass the parameters, you can maintain the type of that variable and you have to provide that variable name, maybe A and then B and so on. Okay. These are the parameters, like the values which we are passing. So we can method with no parameters and method with parameters looks like this. And then after that, what's our syntax? We have to provide list of statements. I mean, we have to open parentheses and close the parentheses, flower brackets actually. So inside that we'll list out all the statements, right? We'll list out all the statements here. What are all the statements we want to put? Is it clear, everyone? Still, we are not complete at the syntax. We'll take the good example. We'll write it the good example. But so far, do you have any doubts? The access modifiers, return type, how to write the method name and parameters part. Okay, if it is clear, great. So let's take one. We'll write one program. Sorry, when declare one method. You tell me. I don't want to mention in I want to mention access modifier as public. What should I have to give? First, I need to provide the access modifiers. Access modifier, there are 4 types, but now in this scenario, I want to make it as public. So I'm using public. Okay. And I don't want to return anything. So what should I have to write here? I don't want to return anything. Okay, great. Yes, it is void. And I want to write the method as withdraw, maybe just withdraw, nothing else. How should I write? I have to maintain the camel case. Withdraw is single word, so the first letter should be capital. And then I don't want to pass any parameters here for now. So here, I just want to print something. So I'll use sysout, and then here I'll print inside withdraw. Okay, is it clear? This is how we have to define the method. Okay, if I want to write, I want to don't want to mention any access modifier. What it will take? I don't want to mention anything. It will take default, right? So I'll just skip this part. If I didn't mention anything, it will take default. And I want to return integer type. What should I have to write? What should I have to write? Yes, int. And my method name is deposit demo. Or how can I write that name? Deposit demo. Great, good. Deposit, and it contains the extra word. So the first letter of that word should be capital. And here I want to pass the amount. Amount is nothing but integer only, right? I want to pass only one parameter, and that is integer type. What should I have to write? Here I have to write the return type and some variable amount. And here inside it, I have to write the statements, right? As I didn't mention any access modifier, it will take default. Okay, great. So there will be different cases with parameters or without parameters. But let's take one more example, then we'll go to the implementation part. So I want you put it in the chat, you try from your side. I want private method, and it should return float, and my method name is transfer amount. Transfer amount is my method name. And then the parameters are, I'll write it here. I want private method. Okay. And then I want to return float value. And my method name should be transfer demo. And then you have to pass the parameters as 2 parameters. One is integer type. You can name, just take A, and then other is float. Just name it as B. And inside it, just give like the statements. Can you try from your side and put it in the chat? Good, Alec. Yeah, it's correct. Good, Pranjali. It's correct. What about others? Are you clear with the concept? Or do you want me to tell each and every combination like private, void, private, int, float, like that? Can we proceed or do you want to see the each and every combination? If you remember the syntax, it will be very easy to write the method. Is it clear, everyone? Give clear. If it is not, give no. Yes. Okay. I hardly see few few responses only. What about others? We have 92 participants. At least expect more than 15 responses. Sarang, which part you didn't clear? Which part is not clear for you? Sarang, if it is not clear, just mention the which part you haven't cleared. Okay, great. So we understood the method usage, and then we learn the syntax and how to write the method. So let's take one my network issue. I'll go through recordings. Okay, no problem, sorry. In Eclipse, and then we'll understand how the flow is going. P in public is small only. All the public, private, protected, everything is small. It's not capital. Is it okay? Yep. Yeah, let's do one demo program. So first we'll be having class, right? We'll maintain class and then we'll be having class name, and then within the curly braces, we'll be having some main method, right? So for now, the main method is empty. Now we'll just write a simple method which will print inside or something. It contains only println statement. That's it. So I'll write default method. I don't want to provide any access modifier, so I'll maintain default method only. So how I'll write default is nothing but no need to mention any access modifier, and I don't want to return anything, so I'll just keep v also small Yamini. So void, and then method name is I just give a demo of method. Okay, demo of method, and here I don't want to pass any parameters, and here just I'll give sysout. Sysout is nothing but system.out.println. So here I'll put inside demo method. I'll print this. That's it. I don't want to return anything. So as we mentioned void, no need to return anything here. So is this clear? We just declare one class that contains main method, and we have created one method here. That's it. And this method is not returning anything. It's just performing some statements inside it, and inside we have only single statement to print something in the console. So we declared the method, but how to call the method? How, like everything in Java goes from main, right? The JVM will have the controller here at at first, where after you compile and run it, the JVM will be having controller here in the main method, and it will execute all the statement inside the main method only. So to call this demo of method, we need something to call. We need to call in main method only, because the JVM only execute the statements inside the main method only. That part clear. We have to call call here only in main method only inside main. But how to call? We should need some syntax or something, some approach to call the method, right? Excuse me. So how we call the method is, it's nothing but it's in one of the thing that is exist in class. So in class, if we want to access anything, we usually create object. By creating the object only, we could access all the fields or methods and whatever have in that class, right? Using object only, we can access it. So first we need to create the object for calling particular method. We need to do two things. First, we need to create object of that class. Okay. And the second thing, after creating the object, using that object, call method using that object. Okay. We need to do two things. So how to create the object? The syntax is same. The class name, and you can define any variable name, and then new, using new only. Using new, you can create the object. There are other ways to create the object too, but mostly we'll use new here. So, and then we have to give the class name, and then semicolon, right? This is how we'll create the object. So for example, what if I take the class name as demo, then how to create the object for demo class? The class name is demo. So I'll give demo. The variable is, I'll just define a here. You can define any variable name. And then we have to use new keyword. And then here again demo. And then this parenthesis and then semicolon. So A is nothing but we created object A for demo class. Okay. This is how everything goes. And if you want to access anything inside demo class, you can use this object. So I'll use how to access means object dot that respective thing. A dot that method name. What's our method name? Demo of method, right? Our method name. So I'll just write demo of method. Okay, this is how I can call the method using object. Is it clear, everyone? For calling, we define the method in a class, but we need to call it to execute it. So the JVM usually goes to the controller in main method, and it will execute all the statements in main method only. So we need to call that respective method from main method only. So how we will call? We have create the object of that class, and then we have to, using that object, we can call that method. Okay, this is how object creation and method calling will looks like. Is it clear, everyone? Is it clear? Yeah, great. So here what we need to, I mentioned that we need to call from main method only, right? Here, consider the class name is demo only. So how to write? Here, I'm just my class name is demo. So first I need to call from main method. So for that I need to create the object. So I'm creating object demo some a equals to new demo. Okay, so I give this. After that, using this object, I have to call that method. So a dot, what is my method name? Demo of method, right? It doesn't take any parameters, it's empty. So I'll just give only, I didn't pass any parameters. So is it clear, everyone, how to define the method and how to call the method from main method? Is it clear? Okay, great. So we'll just execute it and then we'll understand how the flow goes on. So I came to Eclipse. Here I'll create one class. My class name, I want to make it as demo, as we already uh, wrote sample example. So I need main method. I checked it and I clicked on finish. So here everything was completed. So first I want to declare some method. What's my method name? I don't want any access modifiers. I want it to be default. So I'm not mentioning anything. So I don't want to return anything. So I'm just simply giving void. And then what is my method name? Demo of method. I don't want to pass any parameter. So within the I opened flower brackets and closed it, and then inside it we have to write the statements. For now I'm just giving sysout, system.out.println. I'm giving inside demo of method, then semicolon. So we declared it, and how to call it? From main method we need to call. How we need to call it using object. So we need to create object for this demo class. So how to create the object? Class name and the variable name, and then we need to use the new keyword and then class name, and it's not taking any parameters, so I'm not passing anything, and then semicolon. So using this object, we'll call this demo method, right? A dot demo. So I saved. I gave Control S and I saved it. So let's run this program. It's demo, right? I'm right clicking and I'm running it as Java application. So see what is happening? It's printing inside demo of method. So I'll give one more println here so that you could understand it better. It's inside main method. I'll write inside main method. Okay. I'm rerunning it. I saved it and I'm rerunning it. So see what are all in console, it was printing inside main method first and then inside demo of method next, right? So what is, let's see the execution flow. Okay, I think I could use into 1 minute. Okay, let's see the execution flow, how it is going. Okay. So first, in JVM, what will happen? It will go from is it clear? Is it okay? This the font size and everything. Okay. So the JVM will go to main method, right? Main method. Okay. So what's inside my main method? Some println statement. So as it is println, it's printing something in the console. Let's assume this is the console and it's printing inside main method. Okay. And then what's my next statement? The next statement is object creation. Demo A equals to new demo. First, the JVM will check is this the class name correct or not. If it is correct, then it will create some objects. Like in backend side, it will allocate some memory to this object. So it created some object in the memory. Okay, this is for demo. This is demos object, demo class object. And after that, what we are doing, using that object, we are accessing demo of method. What we are doing, we are calling demo of method using that object. So it will call, like it is for demo class. This object is related to demo class, and inside demo only we have this demo of method, right? So as it is the method inside demo, so it can access that particular method using this object. So it will call, and the control goes to demo of method, void okay, the control goes to the demo of method, and it could understand it is not returning anything, and it is not taking any parameters, and the method name is demo of method. So then it will go inside the statements, inside the method, and it will execute the statements. What's the statement? We just have sysout, and inside it we just wrote something. So in the console it will print inside demo of method. So it will print this. So after that, do we have any statements? No, we just had single statement. So it's already executed it. So it didn't have any statement, and it is not returning anything. So it will then the control will comes to main method only. After completing this, it will execute and came to next thing, next set of statements in main method. So this is how it goes. Is it clear, the execution flow, how this is executing? Can we create object? Yeah. Okay. 1 minute. Usually, but what's the use? Let's check. We can create, but using I mean, if you create here and if you are calling, then not it's meaningless, right? Because the controller goes from main method only. Whatever the statements in main method, it will execute. You can do one more operation here by creating it. I'll tell you. Like in this, we can have some other method, and we can call that method from this method. We can do that in that way. But only simply creating this method, sorry, object inside this method is meaningless branchly. Okay, sorry. Is it clear, everyone? The how this method and this demo class is executing. Is it clear? Okay, great. So let's add one more thing here. I'll just take one more println. I'll just give end of main method. What will happen? I wrote something else here. I wrote something here. Here, wow, I just gave this, wrote this out, right? This is so first it will go to the main method, and it contains print statement. So it will print that statement in the console, and then it will create the demo object, and then it will call a.demo of method. So it will go to that respective method, and it will perform the task. As we are having single statement, that to println statement, it will print that text in the console, and then as it doesn't contain any other statements, it will comes out of that main method, and the control goes to next statement in the main method, which means the sysout method, what we have wrote in this method. So as it is a println statement, yeah, I'll complete it once it is clear, Ganesh. It's part of today's session agenda. So as we in the next statement, we have sysout. So it will go and it will print whatever we mentioned in that sysout. End of main method. Got it, everyone? Did you understand how the execution goes by using methods? I'll save it and I'll rerun it. See, first it is going inside main method and it is printing, and then going to the demo method and it executing the statements, and the control comes out of next statement in main method and it is executing that particular statements. Is it clear? Is it clear, everyone? Sorry. Preeti, do you want to say anything? Is it clear, everyone? Can you give yes if it is clear or else no? I hardly see two responses. What about others? And what if we have multiple statements in it? We need to create different objects. Alekya, good question. Folks, what Alekya asking is, what if we have multiple statements in main method that we want to print? Sorry, what if we have multiple statements inside this method that we want to print? We need to create different objects, or can we go ahead with single object? So this is your question. Alekya, what happens is, you just, this is the method. Inside it, you can write as many statements you can. For example, if I write sysout and then multiple statements, and then I have curly braces. I mean, I used, like you, as you mentioned, I wrote 2 to 3 sysouts. Okay. So here the module is same. Its task is same. Like it is printing 3 statement, it is same. For executing, like if JVM comes to this place, it will go statement by statement and it will execute. For to execute by JVM, we need to call it from main method. So just creating single object will be okay. For example, if you create a object and if you are calling here, what will happen means it will go to this demo method and it will print each and every statement inside that method. Okay, so there will be 3 statements will print. Ma'am, we need to take variables for storing the results, ma'am. That will consider return. I'll take one more example for returning and by passing the parameters as well. No need to worry. Is it clear? We can just use single object to call the method, and after calling whatever mentioned in the main, that particular method, all the statements will be executed line by line. I mean, statement by statement. Is it clear? Okay. Pranjali, is it necessary to create object in main method, ma'am? Can we use other methods object? Can we use other methods object in main method for? Yeah, we can use that part also. I'll cover Pranjali now itself. So as it is clear, we'll add some extra layer to it. As she asked, Alek asked, I'll just use multiple statements here. And then I'll show inside demo method. I'm giving 1, 2 here, Alek. Okay. So what it will do? First, it has to print inside main method, and then it will create the object, and using that object we'll call this demo of method, and the control goes to here and it will print whatever the statements inside this method. We have only 3 println statements, so it will print whatever we have mentioned in these statements. And then once after executing this statement, as there are no more statements in this method, the control goes to the next statement in main method, which is nothing but this one. So it will print this end of main method. Okay, I saved it and I'm printing. See, Alekia, it's executing as per our, as we have discussed. It's executing as expected. Is it clear, Alekia, for you? So the other part is, there is no particular thing like we need to maintain one method, only two methods, three methods. You can write as many methods as you want. So I'm giving demo method of 2. I'm just if I give the same name as it is already available, it will throw the error. So at the end, I gave demo of method 2. Okay. So here what I'll do is, from this method, I'll call here. I'll just add one more statement inside demo of method 2. It's up to us. We can create one object, this object only, like a dot. If you want to call this method a dot demo of method, that's it. No need to create multiple objects. Okay. Like I wrote, I explained that flow now, as you already asked. So I am maintaining one more, sorry, I declared one more method, which is demo of method 2, and I wrote just a println statement here. So I'll call this demo of method, and then I'll call demo of method 2. For this, all these methods are inside demo class only. So I'll create single object, and using that object, I'll call this method and then this method. So I created that object. Using that object, I called a.demo of method. Once I call that, I want to call demo of method 2. So I wrote a.demo of method 2. Okay. So what will happen means, first it will come inside the main method and it will print inside main method. Okay. And then we have created one object which is for demo class. Yes, it is our class name. So it will create object. So with this object, we are calling the method, some methods here. So the method name is demo of method. So the JVM what will check is whether that method is available or not. If it is available, it will call that particular method. It will execute all the statement line by line. Okay. Once after this 10th line, after this statement, there are no more statements left inside demo of method. So the exit, it will exit from that that method, and the control will takes for this method. Okay. Here, using the same object, we are calling demo of method 2. So it will go to this demo of method 2 and it will print all the statements, one statement by statement. As we are having single statement, it will print it, and then it will comes to the next statement in main method, which is nothing but this println statement. For different methods within the same class, we can use the single object or you can use multiple objects too. But it's meaningless if we are creating multiple objects. It depends upon the task, actually. You can still create, not just this one. You can still create other object. You can still create, call that method. For example, b.m. I created b object. I can call it. Yeah, this is how you can do, but it's meaningless, right? In this task, there is no need of creating multiple objects and calling. Okay, so I saved it and I am running it. See here, first it went to the inside main method. It print the this out statement, and then it go to the a demo of method 1, actually the statement, and it will print all the statements inside that method, and then the control came back, and in that next line we called second method. So it will go the event to that method and it will execute that statements inside that method, and then the control goes to the next statement in main method, which is nothing but this println statement. So it printed. Did you understand the execution flow, folks, or any doubts? Is it clear? Is it clear, everyone? I could see the silence. I didn't get any responses. Only one response I got. Yeah, branch I'll complete it. I'm going line one after other. It will be confused. I mean, people will get confused if I directly go and do that. I'm going one after other from basic to some medium level. Okay, great. So we completed it. Like we took two methods and we created one object and we called it. So, but here, as I'm calling with the same object, I don't want to call from this demo of method to from main method. After these statements, we are calling this statement, right? So here I want to call this demo of method two. How we will do? I have to definitely create the class. Sorry, object. So I'll create object here. And using this object, I'll call demo of method two. Okay. Did you get it? Like previously, oh, sorry. Yep. Previously, what we have done, we just with this single object itself, like from main method itself, we are calling all the methods that are available in demo class. Now, what I'm doing is I want to call this method, demo of method. So this method, what's the purpose of this method is it has to print whatever the statements we have mentioned inside it, and also it has to call this second method. Okay, so I gave all the statements, println statements. After printing everything, I need to call this demo of method too, right? So as we need to call this demo of method too, we need to create one object in this demo of method, because this main method is different, this demo of method is different. The scope of the CA is limited to this one only. So we need to create it. So I created demo. So I created one object with demo. I mean, for the same class, I created one more object, and using that object, I called the second method. Got it? Is it clear? I'll explain you the flow as well. Here itself, I'll explain you. It's better I'll take screenshot and I'll explain that download. So first we discussed the JVM will go to main method only always. JVM goes JVM goes to main method and it will execute all the statements inside it, right? What is my first statement? What is my first statement? It sys out, right? Just sys out. So let's take this as console. So here it's println statement. It will print whatever we have mentioned in that println sys out. So I just wrote inside main method in the println, so it will print that. So what will happen in the next statement? What is my next statement? I just created object for that class, right? So it will create object, a object for the demo class. And the next statement is we are calling demo of method using that object. Okay, so the control goes to demo of method. What we have mentioned inside this demo of method, we had 3 println statements. Right, 3 println, and okay, let's go one by one. So it will go inside this, and it will print this statement, and this statement. That those are nothing but inside demo of method. And then inside, what is the next println statement? Inside one method. What is the next println statement? Inside two method, right? So next, what we are doing after printing, we created one object. Demo D equals to new demo, right? We created one object for demo class. So using that object, so by this statement, it will create a D object. It will allocate memory for a D, which is a object for demo class. Okay. In the next line, we just called demo of method 2 using that object. So what I wrote, demo of method 2, right? The next statement we wrote like this. So what will happen? We created D object, which is a object for this demo class. So using that object, we are calling demo of method 2. So the execution flow go to demo of method 2. The execution goes to demo of method 2. What's inside my method 2? It's nothing but sysout. Just single statement. So it will go inside demo of method 2 and it will print that. Inside demo of method 2. Right? It will print this. After that, do we have any other statements? No, we have only single statement in demo of method 2. So it's already executed. So the control goes to from where here it was called. So the control goes to this method. Actually, the next line of this method. But there are, after d.demo of method 2, we didn't have any statement, right? Which means we completed demo of method statements, all the statements inside of demo method, right? So as it is completed all the statements, the control goes to this statement after next line of the statement. Okay, which is nothing but sysout in main method. So what's my sysout? End of main. End of main method. It will print like this. Okay, is it clear? First, it will go to main method. From there, it will execute statement by statement. Here, we have only few println statements. From main method, we call demo of method. Inside the demo of method, we are calling another method by creating object. So it will go to this method, it will print it, and control goes to the previous method. As there are no statements available, it will go to main method and it will execute next set of statements. For example, here, let's consider we have some other println statement. End of. Okay. I saved it. I'm not taking any screenshot. So what will happen here? Extra thing we added, right? Some sysout. Here we added sysout. So what will happen? First, it will come to the main method and it will print it, and then it will create the object, and then it will call demo of method 2. Demo of method 2 using a object. So it will go inside it has 3 println statement. It will print everything, and then it has we created one object for demo class, which is D object. So using that object, we are calling demo of method 2, right? So using this object, it's calling this method. Inside this method only we have one println statement. So it will print it. Do we have any other statements left? No, we don't have any. It is the only statement in the demo of method 2. So as it is completed, as we called this, here we called, right? So consider this is line number 11, this is line number 10. So as it is completed, the control goes to the next 11th line, which is nothing but sysout we wrote now. So it will print this sysout. Once it is completed, do we have 12th line, 12th statement? No, we didn't have any 12th statement. 11th statement is the last statement in demo of method. So as it is completed, it will came to this line. Okay. And then it will print this. Did you understand how the execution flow goes? Did you understand it? Everyone, is it clear? I want more responses. Let me know if you are not clear. Is it clear, everyone? Okay, great. So let's execute it. Yeah, it's executing as per expected. First main inside main method, and then it's calling demo of method. It's executing all the 3 statements, and then it is going to this demo of method 2, and it's printing that. Once it is completed, the flow goes to 13th line, and it will print this. And after 13th line, we don't have any other statements inside that method, so it will print this one. Okay, it was working as expected. Okay, guys. Now, so far we just discussed about returning nothing, right? Like let's take 10 minutes break, and then we'll discuss about with method with parameters and by returning something. Okay. Then we'll discuss about static and non-static method difference. Let's quickly take 10 minutes break. It's 12:08. You can come after or come at 12:18. Come at just. If you have any doubts, just let me know. You can come at 12:18 and let me know if you have any doubts. We'll discuss in break time. Ma'am, third year of this sessions continues for upcoming year as I'm not sure on that, Chaitanya. Maybe Amar or someone from XLR team can.
What is the question?
He's asking like he's in third year right now, and he want to know whether these sessions will continue for the upcoming year as well.
Yes, definitely. It will be.
Okay. Yep, no problem, Chaitanya. And if you have final year students, how project work and everything is going on? Do you have semester exams? Okay, Mahinder. When you're having semester exams in March or April, usually it will be in either March or April, right? Can we proceed further? Is everyone back? Okay, great. Yeah, how everything goes in your final year? Like, is your project going well? And when is your semester exams? So far we discussed about the methods and its syntax, and we saw the basic example, how to define a method and how to call it from a main method and how to call from some other method. We discussed it and we executed the program and we saw the execution flow as well. So now we'll take different methods. So far we just took void return type. So we'll take some, I mean, we didn't return anything. We just, it's nothing. It's not returning anything. So now we'll return something and we'll check how it is going, how the execution is going. So, so first I'll be having class, and inside that class we'll be having main method. From main method, we have to call the method which we have defined, which we are defining now. So my method should be default method, but I want to return integer type. So here, int. For example, I'll tell you, I'll take two variables and I want to print addition of two variables. Addition of a plus b. Okay, I want to print this. So I'll do this using method. Okay, I want to do this program using method. So here as it is, I want to integer variable addition. I'm defining a variable and I'll assign some value to it. And same, I'll take another variable. I'll take another variable and then I'll assign some value to it. Now I want a plus b, right? We can directly mention that, I mean, execute it and we can print the addition using this sysout operation. But as I want to go with the method, using method, so I'll pass these variables to method and my method should do the addition. Okay, and then it has to return the value. So my method name is as it is for addition operation, as we need to maintain the naming convention, I'm giving addition to my method name. So here, what should my method do? Some variable. Result IP. Okay. And I'll print this result here. I saved it. Okay. So the execution, how it will go means, first it will come to main method, comes to main method, and then it will create the object for this class. So it created, it was done. Then later, the next statement, we are calling addition method by passing two values, 10 and 20. So as we are passing to this, as 10 is my first parameter, it will assign to A. A equals to 10. In the backend side, it will assign 10 to A variable and then 20 to B variable. Okay. So it will go here. Here what we are doing, we are adding A plus B, which is nothing but 10 plus 20, right? So it will be 30. So this 30 will be stored in some value as we are assigning. sum will be 30. And then in the last statement, what we are returning? We are returning simply that sum value, which is nothing but 30, right? Right? The type should be float. So after a plus b, what will be my float plus float? Float value plus float value. The sum will be float value only, right? So the addition. So the sum value will be float. So I am giving float here. So I want to return this sum value. The return type of sum is float. So what should be my return type here? Float. Right? A minute. For float, if we have to mention f. If we are not mentioning f, it will consider as double. Did you understand why I modified this return type and this parameters variable types, and then here and then here? Okay. Then tell me what will be my output now? We are passing 10.0 and 20.0. What will be my output? Yes. Let's print it. See, we are getting 30.0. Yes. For example, okay. Are you clear with this program, basic program? If I want to pass three variables, where should I have to modify? I want to pass three variables and I want to do a plus b plus c and I want to return that sum. What I have to modify? In this method, it has to take three variables. So I'll define one more variable here. And here we have to do a plus b plus c. Right? As it is float, we are assigning to float variable and we are returning it. Yes, here we have to pass one more parameter because we have three parameters. So far we pass two parameters only. So we have to pass one more parameter. So I'm just simply giving 30.0. Okay. And I saved it and we are running it. Yeah, it's giving 60.0, 10.0 plus 20.0 plus 30.0. Yes, exactly. So you can pass as many parameters you can. Okay, this is how the flow goes. So you should see the type of parameter we are passing. Based on that, you have to define that in the method or in the calling. You have to do respective action. And if you want to return something, you have to use return and then you have to pass, return that value. And as you are returning, you have to mention that return type. Okay. So this is how everything goes. We so far we saw the using void and without parameters. Now it's int and with my parameters. So if you want to if you don't want to return anything here, you can simply give void. So as it is void, no need of return statement. You have to remove it. And here I am directly printing some value. Okay. So as it is not returning anything, we won't get anything here. So we have to remove this. Okay. What will happen now? What will happen? First, it will create D object. And then using the D object, it will go to the addition method. And it will take these three parameters and assign to A, B, C. And then it will perform the sum. And we are directly printing it here. As we are not returning anything, we are just keeping the return type as void. So after this, the execution comes to the 14th line and it will execute end of main statement, println statement. So I'm executing it. So it's displaying the result and then end of main. Is it clear, everyone? So, yeah, great. Any doubts? Any doubts in method? What is method definition or method syntax? and the combinations of methods, I mean like public and using void and with and without parameters, and how to define the method and how to call the method from main method and how to call the method from different method. We saw here, right? Different method. And then how to define the method with parameters and without returning and with returning. Method signature. Yeah, this is the syntax is nothing but method signature. Yeah, it was there. So is it clear so far, all these concepts? Okay, great. Great. So then I want to tell you there are different types of methods available in Java. We discussed about methods, right? So methods in Java are two types. Two types. One is built-in method. Other is user-defined method. Ma'am, how much Java syllabus will be teaching this program? I think the core Java part will be completed, Likita. The core Java, you can say. So here there are two types of methods, built-in method and user-defined method. So built-in methods are nothing but the name itself, it's saying it's already built. Like all the developers or all the developers were built some important methods in Java. So we no need to create any object or we no need to create or define the implementation in our program. We can directly simply use that methods. For example, in how we are taking the input from the user dynamically using scanner class, right? Scanner sc equals to new scanner of system.a, right? After this, if you want to call integer value, what you are doing? Next int, right? And you are assigning to some variable. See, here the next int, if you see the naming convention, what it is following name camel case, n is small and I is capital, and then it has parenthesis, open and close parenthesis, which is nothing but it is a method, right? It's already built-in method. I'm not sure on that, Likita. I think it won't be covered. I'll tell you by end of this session. I'll tell you after completing this methods concept. I'll see the sheet and I'll tell you, Likita. So if you see here, the next int is method, right? And we haven't declared the method implementation in our program. Nowhere we didn't provide the implementation in our program. We are simply creating object of scanner, and using that object we are calling next int. So from this I'll say there is a class scanner class. Inside it we have next int method, which contains some set of statements to take the integer type value from user, right? It is a built-in method. We are not defining this entire implementation in our program, but simply we are importing the necessary statements and we are creating the object. Using that object, we are calling that method, right? So there are bunch of built-in methods available in Java. For example, if it is array list, we'll be having sort operation. For arrays also, we'll be having arrays.sort operation. So all these are some and size operation. There are many things. There are many methods which are already built in Java. So we can simply call, no need of implementation in our program. We can simply call that by creating the object. Okay. So this is all about built-in method. And if it is user defined method, like if you don't want to use built-in methods, if you want to declare your method implementation in your program, you can do that. So how to do that we discussed now, right? We discussed about how to declare the method. I mean, what is the syntax of the method and how to use it. This is all these are so far we discussed, right? All the method comes under user defined methods only. We defined it, we implemented we implemented it, right? So all these are user defined methods. Okay, did you understand the difference? There are built-in methods and user-defined methods. If you don't want to use built-in, you can define your own method and its implementation in program, and you can call it from main method. If you want to built-in methods, no need of implementation. You just simply create object for that class and you can call it. Yes, these are the types of methods available. So after this, in methods, so far we discussed just normal. We haven't mentioned anything, but there are two types: static method, non-static method. Normally methods are two types. If someone comes up and asks you, you can say two types: one is built-in and other one is user defined. This method has some extra features, like it can be static or non-static too. This is a speciality actually. So for like the methods which contain static keyword in the declaration, we call it as static method. Which doesn't contain static keyword is non-static method. So can you tell me what is this method? Is it static method or non-static method? Addition is static or non-static? Yes, it is non-static method because it doesn't contain static keyword in the method declaration, right? Yes. Okay, good. So the main difference between static and non-static is, so the main difference between static and non-static is, first, in the declaration part, I mean, in the method declaration, we'll be having static keyword. It doesn't contain that keyword. It doesn't. Okay. By seeing that method declaration itself, you could understand whether it is static or non-static. After that, there is a speciality for static methods. Like how we are calling non-static methods? By creating the object, right? We are creating the object and using that object, we are calling that method. We did it in this program. Yeah, we created the object and we are calling that. But if it is static method, we can no need of creating object. No need of creating object. Then how we will call? We can call directly with class name. We can directly call that with class name. For example, here itself, if I have demo method, inside it, let's assume this as a static method, demo of method. Then how can I call it? If it is static, then no need of creating object. We can directly call using class name. So what is my class name here? The class name is demo, right? Say demo dot method name. Can directly call in this way. No need of creating object. You can directly using class name. Okay. This is the main difference between static and non-static. And why we are calling with class name here, why we are using object means it is compile time binding and it is dynamic binding. These parts we'll cover it in polymorphism class session. Compile time binding, dynamic binding. Okay. This will be covered we'll dig deep into these two topics in polymorphism. Not now. If I say that now, it will be very confusion. You need to know the polymorphism, then only you could understand these concepts. So, but these are the differences. The first difference is the method declaration will contain static keyword if it is static method. It doesn't contain static if it is non-static. And no need of creating object in static. We can directly call that method using class name. But if it is non-static method, we need to create object and using that object only we can call it. And the static is compile time binding and non-static comes under dynamic binding. We'll discuss in polymorphism session. So did you understand the difference? I will do the execution now. We'll do some basic program and we'll execute it. Did you understand the main difference? Okay. So, and there is one more difference. I'll tell you once after this basic example is done. So what I have to do? I have to create one object, sorry, one method. If I want to return, say addition, maybe. So the flow goes is the access modifier first, and then static keyword, and then return type, and then method name. Okay. Yeah, access modifier. And here, I'll just put it in the chat. This is the syntax. So I'm commenting it now. We understood we have to use access modifier, but now I don't want to use any access modifier, public, private, and all, because you're not confident on it. So we'll discuss in tomorrow class that one. So then next, what I have to do, I have to declare static as it is static method. And what should be my return type? It should be int or something. I want to return int here, and I want to do addition. For addition, I have to pass two values. I mean, more than two values. But now I'm doing addition for two operands.
Guys, I will share the attendance link within a couple of minutes, so please wait for the same. Surya, there is a network issue.
Yeah, the power was went off.
Okay.
Is my voice and video clear now?
Yeah, now it's clear.
Yeah, sorry for the inconvenience, everyone. I'll share my screen. I'll take like 10 more minutes, 5 more extra minutes today, but because of this conflict, we'll complete the static and non-static, and after that, we can end up this session. It will be completed very easily, like within 5 minutes itself. So this is the declaration, right? Static, and then we have to use the return type and method name, and we are passing two parameters for addition. So I'm just simply here I'll return a plus b value. Okay, I'm returning a plus b. A and b are integers, so the return type should be integer only. So as we are using static keyword, can you tell me whether it is static method or non-static method? Static method or non-static method? Are you there, everyone? It's a static method because we are having static keyword. Yes. For static method, how we will call? We no need to create object. We can directly call using the class name. Yes. Demo static dot. What is my method name? Addition. So here what I have to pass? I have to pass two values. As it is integer type, I'm simply passing 10 and 20. And then as it is returning something, I want to put it in one variable and I want to print that. As it is return integer type, so I'm taking integer type variable and I'm storing that value, I mean the sum of addition of a plus b into result. And then I'll print it. Okay. And I'm saving it. Okay. So let's execute it and we'll check. Okay. It has to print addition. See, it's printing 30. It's printing 30. So let's see the execution flow. The execution will be same only. First, it will so what will happen? First, the JVM will goes to main method, right? First, it will go to main method. And here what we have written, we are calling addition method using class name. The class name is demostatic. So this is the class name and then this is the method name. And we are passing two parameters. So what JVM will do is first it will check whether it is static method or not. If it is static, then we can call it with class name directly. If it is non-static, it will throw the error. Because we need to create object and using object only we can call non-static one. So as it is static now, because we have static keyword in the method declaration, it will go to this method. As we are passing 10 and 20, it will A will be 10, B will be 20, and we are returning 30. 10 plus 20 is nothing but 30. So that 30 will be stored in result variable, and we are printing 30. Is it clear? The main difference between static and the non-static is, in non-static, we have to create an object and we have to call it with using that object only. But in static, it is compile time binding, so we can directly call that using class name. Is it clear, everyone? It is the most asked question in interviews. Is it clear? Okay, great. Okay, fine. So this is all about today's agenda. So what so far we completed. We once again, ma'am. Likita, which one? The static one you're asking? The execution flow of static? Okay. So this is our program. So here, first the JVM goes to main method, right? The controller will goes to main method. So inside main method, we have two statements. First, it will execute in statement by statement. So first it will execute this statement. Here, what's in this statement? We are calling addition method using class name. As we are calling with class name, it will check whether it is static method or not, because only we can call the static methods using class names. If it is non-static, we have to create the objects and then only we can call that method using that object. Okay. So we are calling the addition method and we are passing 10 and 20. Here 10 will be passed. Sorry. 10 will be passed and here 20 will be passed. So here what we are returning? We are returning 10 plus 20, which is nothing but 30, right? So it is returning 30. Here we called. So it is getting 30 here. So we are assigning that 30 to some variable, result variable here. As 30 is integer type, we define integer data type and then variable name. After that, this 30, right? This 30 will be assigned to result. And we are printing that result. That's it. Is it clear, Likita? Okay, fine. Okay. So far, today we completely learned about methods. First, we understood what is method, why the method came into picture, because it contains the reusability and comes up with modules wise, and we can modify at any time without modifying other modules. So as it is having all these advantages, method came into picture in Java, and we discussed how syntax, and we done few basic examples, and then we did execution flow, how it is executing with JVM. And then after that, we discussed a few more examples for return type and then void, and then taking the parameters and not taking the parameters. After that, we discussed types of methods. There are built-in method and user-defined methods. Built-in are already built. We can directly use that creating object. If it is not, if you want to use user-defined methods, you have to define the declaration and implementation, and you have to call that method. After types of method, we discussed about static and non-static. Okay. We discussed the main difference and we done few programs. That's it. Is today's session clear or any doubts so far? Okay, great, great. So in tomorrow's class, no, static comes under compile time binding. We'll discuss that in more in polymorphism sessions, Atika. Okay. So tomorrow's session is, as you asked about access modifier, we'll discuss access modifiers and its usage. And then we'll go to basic OOPS concepts, which are nothing but class, object, and then some non-primitive data types. Maybe you learned about primitive types. Primitive means integer, float, those values. We'll discuss tomorrow on some non-primitive types, and then we'll do some programs, basic programs. That's it. Non-static means dynamic binding. Yes, runtime binding we can say. Non-static we discussed, right, Likita? If if it doesn't contain static, it comes under non-static method only. All the programs so far we discussed are non-static methods. Okay, great. Yeah, Aman, you can take over. The session is completed. Thank you, everyone. We'll meet tomorrow.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Surya. So dear participant, I'm sharing the attendance link in the chat box. So please mark your attendance and share your feedback as well. And if you have any query or question for me, please let me know in the chat box. I will take it up. Tomorrow, do we have class? Yes, tomorrow we will have a class at same time. Sharp at 10:30, we'll start with the class.
Yeah, Likita, you asked about multi-threading, right? That is not part of this program. I mean, it will take some extra effort to understand it. It will be very tough concept. I think won't comes under this syllabus. This syllabus is completely on core Java, like OOPS and arrays, strings, and how everything goes inside. I mean, back inside, like how JVM takes care of everything. So multi-threading is a very advanced topic for you guys now. If you're confident on these basics, then we can go ahead and discuss about multi-threading too. Thank you.
Guys, once you're done with your attendance, please let me know in the chat box as it's done. Accordingly, we wind up for the day. Done, sir. Yes, sir. Done. Thank you. You to participant. Notes. Yeah, definitely. We'll upload all the material over the LMS. Yes, Preeti. We will have. Done, sir. Thank you. You're welcome. Sir, notes. Yes. So you will get over the LMS. Okay, Amini. Thank you. Thank you, Sai Kumar, Preeti. So all good. Are you enjoying the session? Thank you, Anjali. So I am attending this lecture from today only. If I attend regularly, can I get the certificate? You can try it down, but we're done with the most of topics. But yes, you can go ahead. You will get many more things to learn. Attendance link, sir. Yes, Praveen, I'm sharing that. LMS link is onlinelearning.xlr.com. Tomorrow we yeah, 99% we will have. Yes, Surya. We'll have this one. So about the timings, I will update you. When will provide the certificate, sir? After completion of the training program. Sujala, after completion of this training program, then and then only, it depend upon your attendance percentage, your quiz, your assessment. By checking all these things, then only we'll provide the certificate. Yeah, I'm struggling a lot, sir. Where, Sujala? Sorry, let me look up. Yes, Mojesh, what's your question? Give the attendance. Okay, I'm sharing the attendance link once again in the chat box. My message is not receiving to ma'am. Okay, then see, you are able to see the host and co-host name. You have to select the ma'am name and definitely you can type it down. Ma'am will receive your message. Okay. Don't share the message with co-host like me or anyone. Okay, then thank you so much, guys. We'll see you on tomorrow at same time. Bye bye. Have a nice day.